Yo, what is popping? People, your boy Snaps is back in the week. Is in the building. What another banger, man. Y'all know how we do before we get started. We ought to give a shout out to you, the viewer, for taking the time out to watch this video. But while you're here, do your boy a solid. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to turn your post notification bell on. And if you're watching on mobile, don't forget to slide that thing over to the left a little bit and hype it up. Hype. Hit the hype button, man. Get that algorithm popping off. You know what I'm saying? And y'all know we will not do a video without showing love to our beautiful ladies of the CU aunties. The CU aunties are always in the building. And if you saw my last video, you know Shadur rocking with them ladies, them beautiful ladies. And I've seen some CU aunties here in Dallas for Sunday going to the Cowboys game. You know what I'm saying? Y'all ladies should have let me know. I might would have drove on up, I'm just a few hours away. And I'm always willing to show up and hang out. You know what I'm talking about? But anyway, it is what it is. Let's get this party started. Cause you know, the conversation. I told y'all. But we're gonna talk about it. Y'all ready? Let's go. Hype me up. Hype me up. Hype me up. Y'all already know how this game went down, man. Yesterday, the Browns demolished the Miami Dolphins 31-6. Dylan Gabriel was at the helm. Kevin Stefanski put most of the load on Quinton. You know, it is what it is. Everybody's not satisfied. And why is everybody not satisfied? We got one believer that's coming out the gate.
Browns win. I'm happy with a Browns win here. I mean, look, I'm sure at some point in the season we'll be like, okay, it's time to tank. It's time to just lose every game possible for draft picks. But I think they got too many good rookies who need to learn how to win football games. So that's good to see. Quinton Judkins, awesome. Harold Fannin, awesome. The Dolphins, by the way, are fucking horrible. The Browns are bad. The Browns are the bottom of the league, but there's a rung below them. And like the Dolphins are in there, the Jets are in there, the Panthers are in there. There's a bad team. Browns are bad, but these are some horrendous teams. Here's my big takeaway though. We're gonna go negative now. Dylan Gabriel stinks. I mean, like if you're thinking Dylan Gabriel has anything, like you are fooling yourself at this point. He can't throw the ball more than 5 yards down the field. I know it rained today. I know it was raining. And when he was passing, it was a pretty obvious passing situation. But the guy just doesn't have it. I've seen QBs who don't have it in Cleveland Browns uniforms. And this guy, he matches everything. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see when or if they give Shedeur a chance. I think they should at some point soon. I'm not sure next week makes sense. The Patriots have this knack of like playing close to their competition early and then just smashing teams towards the end, kind of like imposing their will. I don't know if you want to debut Shadur in Foxborough that way. I assume it's going to be Gabriel next week, but then you got to buy and then the Jets. So if like Dylan Gabriel comes out next week, it looks like he can't pass the ball more than 5 yards down the field. Why not try Shadur? Why not give also, why the fuck did the Titans fire Mike Vrabel? Jesus Christ. I know the Browns let Vrabel walk out of the building last year, but like he was the head coach of the Titans. Good day, Jaguars lose that pick and proof to the Browns. I think that Jaguars team might stink. Yeah, it kind of is what it is. Like you get the win, I'm happy. I'm happy with a win like that. But Dylan Gabriel is simply not the answer. There's just no way. No way.
Dylan Gabriel went 13 of 18 yesterday for 116 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions. But we caution you to say no interceptions because, as usual, with the Dylan Gabriel start, there were a few drops. And one dropped interception and another interception that was called back because of a defensive penalty, which we know Miami always shoots themselves in the foot when it comes to penalties because they are one of the worst teams in the NFL. Like I said, Miami, that team needs coaching and it needs inspiration. Now, I don't know what it needs, but I know that it continuously shoots itself in the foot when it comes to penalties and getting other teams off the field, which I knew it would happen yesterday, and it did. They killed themselves. Dillon Gabriel played a modest game. Quinshon Judkins played a masterful game, but they didn't trust Dillon Gabriel in the red zone. Took Dillon Gabriel out the field on each of the last 2 possessions that Quinshon Judkins ran it in for a touchdown. Why is that? Do they not trust Dillon Gabriel? Is Kevin Stefanski not feeling all that great about Dillon Gabriel? But, but the question is, why was Shedeur not in the game on yesterday? Once the blowout started to happen, why was Shedeur not in the game? And what was Dillon Gabriel's grade on yesterday's game? Let's ask Tony Rizzo.
Kid should have 7 picks. 7. And somehow the balls go through everybody's hands. God love him. Hey, let me say this. That's more powerful than any stat you can. He could have had 2 more yesterday. They ran the ball. Let's give them credit. Everybody was convinced because it was 40-mile-an-hour winds and rain that Stefanski was going to throw the ball all day. He didn't. He ran the ball. Good job, Kev. Good job, Coach. Way to go. But under no circumstances did your quarterback do anything to win you that game.
Riz, I agree.
When am I going to get to see Shadur? When?
Riz, I don't know. I would have thought with 31-6 the score yesterday with 5 minutes to go.
They put in Quinn
I asked
Ewers.
Grossi, I said, why didn't we see Shedeur?
Yeah, why? What'd they say?
And he said, listen, it was Gabriel's first win. Let him finish the game.
It was Gabriel's first run. Let him finish the game. I don't understand it. I don't know why. But if you put Shadur in the game yesterday and pull Dillon Gabriel out and Shedeursanders goes down and scores, you will never see Dillon Gabriel again. So I understand the premise, but you at some point in time, you got to stop trying to protect Dillon Gabriel's ego and quit trying to protect your pick in the draft. Because let's be real. Dillon Gabriel is Kevin Stefanski's guy. 100%. But at some point, Shedeursanders going to have to see that field.
Need to see Shadur when they're going to give him a chance. And by that, I mean, they have to tell him he's starting on Monday. Like, it's not going to happen anytime soon. I get it. But you got the Patriots, then the bye week. I was told by 2 different sources yesterday at the stadium. I was told by 2 different sources. One said Shadur, Chris, will start the last 4 games of the season no matter what. Unless the Browns win every game through the Titans week. Shadur will play Bears, Bills, Steelers, and Bengals. They want to see what he's got. Another person said he could be in play earlier than that.
For Kevin Stefanski to wait until the last 4 games of the season to start Shadur is just blasphemy. I understand that you want to protect Dillon Gabriel. I understand that you want to get as much on the field evidence of Dillon Gabriel not being able to perform at the NFL level at a high, very high level, not being able to qualify as a franchise quarterback. But hell, we pretty much already know that. It's being seen. No matter what you think about him being able to process and read defense, he can't see the field. And that's more paramount than being able to process information and get it out of your head and read defenses and get the ball out of your hand. But if you can't see the field, hence all those dropped interceptions that should have been caught, then you are no good as a starting quarterback in the NFL. And Kevin Stefanski, at his finest, should be tired of that. But we're going to see what they are going to do with Dillon Gabriel at this point in time. Because right now, it's ridiculous. But let's go.
Was going to get a series. I was hoping for it. Chris, you thought that should have happened?
I thought, listen, and I actually thought it was the whole unit. They were still running Judkins, and I was saying just get him out of there. There's no point keeping him in there.
What more is Dillon Gabriel going to prove? You know, if you're making a list of people who helped you win that game, Dillon Gabriel comes in, 33rd, right behind Corey Bajorquez. So I would have maybe given Shedeur just a little feel of what it's like to be out there. But I agree with what Tony Grossi said on the postgame show, Riz, which was Stefanski wanted to let Dillon finish his first win. Mm-hmm. If Shedeur goes in there and leads a touchdown drive, all of a sudden you've just brought up a quarterback controversy out of nowhere. So I understand why they didn't do it. I probably would have done it.
It's not It's not a quarterback controversy out of nowhere. It's a quarterback controversy that they created for the simple fact that Shedeur should have been in the game. Shedeur should have been playing already. You're up 31-6 in the fourth quarter. There's no reason to hold Shedeur out of the game for trash time other than you wanted to protect Dillon Gabriel. Other than that, there's no point. But we'll see. From this point forward, you got New England next week. Then you have a bye week. We might see Dillon Gabriel after the Jets game, which is another bad team. But if Dillon Gabriel doesn't perform in the Jets game, you have to move on from Dillon Gabriel. Because at that point, you will only have 7 games left. And you need to see what Shedeur has. 4 games is not enough. By that time, Dillon Gabriel would have had 7 games under his belt. But we'll see. But I want to know what they was talking about this morning, and so do you.
I don't see the use for that, and I don't know that they want to invite a lot of the nonsense that could be lurking behind the scenes.
What nonsense? You line him up. I know he hasn't done much under center, if at all. I hope he's done a little bit now. Hand the ball off. You can't do a snap. They're professional football players. You can't just run draws.
I think it also would be kind of disrespectful to Dillon to do that to him.
What do you mean it's disrespectful? You're up 31-6.
It's
What's
his
disrespectful?
Why are you yanking him? It's his first win as an NFL quarterback.
It's not a yank. You're up by so much. You can let the backup come in and finish it off.
I had no problem with it. I think it would have been just silly adding to all that other stuff that seems to surround the conversations we have about Shedeur.
You're getting way too sensitive about the conversations about Shedeur then. I mean, look at it I'm not ripping Stefanski for not doing it, okay? But at the same time, if you're just afraid about all the air all over the Shedeur stuff here, then what's the point of this then, Anthony? For the love of God.
Well, I asked that question when they decided to take 2 quarterbacks in the draft.
Because you're going to give him a chance. Eventually, he's going to get it.
I guess I just don't see the purpose. What are you trying to gain? You're calling those because those aren't real reps. So what is it? What are you getting out of it? What's the benefit?
They're real reps. He's out there on the field in a real NFL football game. Every rep's a real rep.
I don't know if that fourth quarter felt like a real NFL football game.
So with 6:45 left, that's the last real time they got the ball, right?
We're talking. You're so sensitive. Yeah.
Judkins had a 3-yard run up the middle. Uh-huh. There was a short pass to Fannin, who extended it, got a first down, and then a 3-yard run, and then they took a sack, and then they punted.
Why are you so afraid to put the guy in when you're up by 25 points with 4 minutes left to go in the game?
To avoid the nonsense around the conversation.
So
really.
Ryan Clark runs the Cleveland Browns now because he's gonna have a parts on First Take about it?
Don't act like they're not sensitive to all that stuff. Don't act like that stuff isn't hovering around their every move in that building. They're being asked about it. Finally, you get that stuff to calm down. You have a quarterback in Dillon Gabriel, who I didn't think he had to do very much, but he's going to get his first win. And now he's got to deal with the crowd going nuts, the Sanders supporters when he comes on the field.
The first time.
So now we're protecting Dillon Gabriel's ego. That's what we're doing. We're protecting Dillon Gabriel's ego. We're doing all the things that you said shouldn't be done to protect a player's ego. This is a quarterback competition. It's supposed to be. It's supposed to be to see who is going to be the best quarterback to move your team forward, or to see if we need to get another quarterback next year. But no, Kevin Stefanski is trying to protect himself. Kevin Stefanski is trying to protect his pick of Dillon Gabriel. Because if you put Shedeur in the game and that crowd goes absolutely bonkers, and then he scores, which Dillon Gabriel hasn't done all day. He throws a pass, wide receiver catches it, stretches out, touchdown. Oh my God. Dillon Gabriel can't do that. Dillon Gabriel hasn't done that. Then the questions come again. But hey, the job is to find out who's the best man for the job. And they're not doing their job.
Put him out there, then never take another quarterback ever, because there's going to be more Shedeur than there's going to be ever Dillon Gabriel's ever in the history, ever in the future of football. There's going to be more guys with more cameras following them around. So if you can't handle it, just go hide in the corner and let everybody else do it.
You haven't really made a case on where the benefit of putting Shedeur in yesterday would have been.
I don't see the harm in it.
But that's different. That's different. I asked you what the benefit is, and you go to where the harm is. Because there's not really a benefit.
Because you went immediately to people online being upset with him. Like the Browns aren't used to people cussing them out on the internet.
Well, you got to explain to me
going on since there was the internet.
Why you're depriving Dillon Gabriel of the moment to have being able to do a victory formation, his first win.
Depriving him of anything. You're up 31-6.
You'd be taking him out.
It's 31-6.
Why doesn't he get to finish the game? I mean, Junkins got to finish the game. Jerry Jeudy got to finish the game. Why doesn't Dillon Gabriel? What do you got against Dillon?
I don't have anything against him. It's not an insistence of pulling him out. I just think you're a little too nervous. I'll tell you the benefit. It's just getting him out there in an NFL game, handing the ball off. So all you have to do, he gets in the huddle, he calls a play. He covers his ears and listens to it, and then, all right, goes on in. Or doesn't have to cover his ears. I don't know. There's probably not a lot of people left in the stands at that point. That's part of it. I cannot, guys. 216-474-0092. I think you guys are crazy. I think you're way too sensitive on this, man. I'm not beating the drum saying he should have finished the game and the Browns did him wrong.
Wait, it sounds like you are beating the drum.
No.
It is. Don't walk it back now.
No, go back and listen to the audio.
Ken Carman thinks it was a big mistake not putting him in.
No, I don't. I never said a mistake.
That better be the headline, Mitch.
That better not be the headline.
If you're this mad at me and calling me sensitive, then clearly you think they should have. You should have put Shedeur in. Clearly, because your words
there's
are
something I want to call you right now that I know I would have to get dumped.
This intensity from you only means that you wanted him in there, and you think Stefanski made a mistake not putting him in.
No, it was not a mistake. I didn't say it was a mistake. I said, what's the problem with putting him out there? It's not a mistake. There was not. How could he make a mistake up 31-6?
Yeah. How could he make a mistake? Up 31-6. What would be the problem? There wouldn't be a problem. The problem would be he would be on the field, and that is what the fans want. And you wouldn't be able to do nothing about it. That would be the problem. The problem would be that Shedeur would be running amok on the Cleveland Browns football field, and the fans would be going nuts. Dillon Gabriel wouldn't have got to take victory position. So what? Most quarterbacks that are up that much in a game don't finish the game anyway. So what is your point? When you were losing and you were getting blown out, guess who got to come in the game for Joe Flacco? Lil Dillon. So now you're blowing another team out, but Shadur doesn't get to come in and do what backup quarterbacks do, finish the game. The hypocrisy is crazy. It's bananas. But since it's Shadur, it wouldn't be right. I don't know, man. There's no right way or wrong way to do this. All we know is not the traditional way. And tradition has gone out the window when it comes to Shedeur Sanders, Dillon Gabriel, and the Cleveland freaking Browns. There is none. Everything is out the window. People are doing things their way because they're trying to prove that they're right, and things are just not getting done. It seems to be that the coach doesn't have the team's best interests at heart. He only has his. The coach only has one player's best interests at heart and what's best for that one player, and trying to keep another off the field. It's all there. It's written in black and white. You just got to read it and recognize it and say what it is and call a spade a spade. Because at this point, if Dillon Gabriel don't show out on Sunday in New England, why even go back to it? It's time to put in that other quarterback. You got 9 games left. Let him see what he can do. Because this one hasn't shown you nothing in the past 3 games, 4 games. It is what it is. But y'all let me know what y'all think about it. Because at this point, we don't know. All we know is Dillon Gabriel is an interception-prone machine. And at some point, they're going to stop dropping them interceptions. And they're going to be going the other way. And it might be Sunday. But we shall see. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Don't forget to put your comments in the comment section. Do not forget to do your boy a solid and hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and turn your post notification bell on. And don't forget, if you are on mobile, slide that thing over. Hit that hype button. Hit them hype points. Let's get it up. It is what it is. But anyway, man, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to holler at y'all. Appreciate Well Off Media for these videos. I'm going to get out of here. Peace. Y'all be easy. Don't start none, won't be none.